You are listening to the all-new Grindtime Sports Talk in the Mornings with Baldhead and DB. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network.
What's good with the DB? Grind time, top of the morning.
Grind time, baby, top of the morning. What's going on, man? Late nights, early mornings, man. What's happening, man?
Late nights, early mornings. That's what's happening, man. How was your evening, brother?
Man, it was great, man. It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful, yeah, man.
That's what I like to hear, sir.
You know what
That is what I like to hear.
Man.
Yeah, it was beautiful for you, but it wasn't beautiful for me, brother.
Yeah, man, I know, man. Hold on, man. I got a phone call. Let me answer. I usually don't tell on. Hello? Yeah, oh. All right, man. We enjoy it, man. I appreciate it, man. Enjoy it. All right, enjoy your trip, man.
Who that?
Right. That was Ant-Man. Said he just bought his ticket over. He just caught the jet over to Cancun.
Oh, okay.
He said he caught the jet over to Cancun, baby.
I think, yeah. I know he told me LeBron might be sending him a ticket late last night, like wiring him a ticket. Because he told me Bron had texted him dropped his location. So he said, just in case Luka and them do it to you, bro. That location is available. And you could go and do what it is that you need to do, man. And
you know what I'm saying?
I got to give them their props, man. Them guys did their thing last night, man. Hey. Mavericks did it, bro. Mavericks advanced to the NBA Finals. Your boy ain't never been no hater, man. I give props where they do, bro. They did their thing, man. They closed them boys out like they should.
Yeah.
Last night on TNT, man, the Mavericks complete the gentleman's sweep. This is a gentleman's sweep at the end of the day. 5 games, they get it done. 124-103 last night. 36 from Luka and Kyrie in that game, man. I think just yesterday I said it wouldn't be another game with Luka and Kyrie having such a good ball game like they had, like the 33-point game, and they did better. They put 3 more up on both sides. 36-36. That's 72 points, man, from 2 players. That's a lot to contend with for any team. So clearly, man, the primary focus for the Boston Celtics going into the NBA Finals has to be, got to take one of those guys away, man. So Jrue Holiday, man, he got his work cut out for him in the NBA Finals, man. But before we get to the Finals, man, let's go ahead and finish up on that game, man. Last night, like I said, Kyrie and Luka both 36 points each. Ant-Man didn't get as much help as Luka Doncic was able to get throughout the entire series, if you ask me. Cat didn't show up again last night for probably like Cat actually had a decent game. But then he had a bad foul in the third quarter? A frustration foul, you said, that he had on Luka?
Yeah.
What was that a result of? You think it just because they was getting blew out?
Just because they was getting blew out, man.
Mm-hmm.
He took it, man. Launched his body like he was jumping for the ball on offense. So it was a pass on offense for Minnesota, man. And the ball blew past Cat. He knew it wasn't going to him, going to the corner, and him and Luka was like right there, like kind of next to the ball. Man, he act like he was jumping to try to get the ball and smack man in his face.
I mean, but it inadvertent slaps and elbows. Because also Lively last night got hit in the head. And he got hit in the head by Nas Reed under the hoop to where they thought he was down for a minute. You know, he already was playing on a neck injury. He got smacked in his head pretty good by Nas Reed and was down for a little while, but it was incidental. It was just the Wolves are playing their Game 7, like Kyrie said, playing their Super Bowl. So they're going to be willing to do anything out there just not to lose and not to go home. So I can kind of see that because Cat had a good game last night. He had 28 points. 12 rebounds. So I can't say it was just it was Cat who didn't show up. Honestly, it was the rest of the Timberwolves supporting Cat. Just single digits all the way down the line, other than Anthony Edwards and Cat. And I guess it boiled down to the Mavericks Big Two versus the Timberwolves Big Two. The Mavericks Big Two put up 72 last night. The Timberwolves about 50, 56. So yeah, they just didn't get it done, man. Ant-Man had a decent game, 28, 6, and 9 on 43 minutes. 28 from Cat in 38 minutes. But then all those single digits versus the Mavericks, 36 and 36 from they two stars. And they didn't get much from they supporting cast either, but I guess it just started at the top, man. Luka and Kyrie turned out to be better in this series than Ant-Man and Cat.
Yeah, and I told them, I say, for one, they out there trying to end careers and stuff. Minnesota guys trying to end careers and stuff. You know.
Why you say that?
Playing all extra violence and stuff. But you know,
it's just hard-nosed playoff basketball, man.
Yeah, hard-nosed. See that? Yeah. See that what they say when you're losing that much, don't take your starters out. I see why. I see why. But you know, and then you know, 36 and 36. Luka had a double with that 36. It's crazy.
He had 20. Bro, he had 20 points in the first quarter, and I saw all 20 of them. Crazy, man. He made me cut the TV off at the half. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah, I was all TV. I popped mine on at half. I ain't know what was going on. On the heard Charles Barkley saying that they should be ashamed of themselves. This is horrible. This is the worst game, first half ever.
Now, how Charles Barkley gonna say that? He ain't never won a championship. He didn't play in championships and lost. Was they worse than those, Chuck? I mean, come on. At least these guys is in the Western Conference Finals losing.
Man, I say, good Lord. I smiled when I seen the score. I'm like, oh yeah, man. But I knew they were gonna come out like that, though. I said to you though. I said they're gonna come out swinging for one, cause whooping so bad, make it.
I done spilled my coffee.
Just spilled your coffee, man. But I knew it was gonna happen like that, man. Cause I told you, Ant-Man, they blow too much. They gloat too much. Like they.
The only one who was gloating was Ant-Man. Ant-Man was the only one doing it.
You know, they seem too happy up there. You know what I'm saying? He talks about, I'm bringing them shoes. Now you gotta mail them to him. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
you know,
do.
And see you in Game 6. This ain't them. You see, they say, look, this ain't them.
Well, no, he ain't gotta mail them to him. He can get him them shoes in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. All he gotta do is buy a ticket.
Yeah. But he said Game 6. He was specific.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying he ain't gotta mail them. They just gonna be late. They gonna show up a few games late. That's all.
Right. A few games late. But I knew they was gonna be upset though. I said, man, Kyrie ain't like what you said the first time. He responded this time. He said this day Super Bowl. I knew what that meant.
Right.
And Luka was the one that said, I ain't saying nothing. We got something for him. And to go out there and drop 36.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was a little concerned when after the game, Luka was like, we just didn't play with energy. And he wasn't talking too much. It was like, oh, man. This seemed like a guy who a little mad on the inside but don't want to show everybody. He just wasn't trying to get a other team nothing to come at them with. You know what I mean? Whereas Ant-Man was throwing all fuel on the fire, man.
He had gasoline just pouring on her. And I knew what it boiled down to.
They came out and cooked him with it too.
Yeah, and that would remind me of that Ryan Garcia and David Haney fight. But
Ah, man, here this guy go.
you know, they did what they can do, man. Cat was checking Luka, man. He cooked Cat at the top of the key. He
Yeah.
pulling threes in his face, driving it to the hoop, passing it out, making play making. It was a beautiful game. I seen they had Kyrie come in. What's that? The top of the fourth, to help close out the game. In the top of the fourth. You know what I mean? Set them out for something. I think they set them out for majority of the third.
Yeah.
Had Luka doing this thing.
Yeah. Kyrie set out for the majority of the third, and he still ended up with 36 points. Kyrie played more minutes last night than Luka. He played 40. Luka played 37.
Yeah, and that's beautiful, man. And I can't wait to see what they do to Boston.
Yeah, I can't wait to see them get to Boston too. It's not the defense, but Boston has the offensive firepower that Minnesota clearly was lacking in this round of the playoffs. They were getting decent scoring in the first two rounds. I don't know how Cat disappeared so much in the first three games of this series, but he did. Totally didn't show up, was a no-show, and then he decided to show up too late in game 4, then couldn't get it back up in game 5. Well, he did with the 28 points, but the rest of the supporting cast wasn't there. They wasted a great game from Jaden McDaniels in that first game when he had like 20-something points. Cat didn't show up, and they lose that close game. That's the reason to me that the Wolves are out of the playoffs. But, hey, the better team won. They beat them 4-1. It's a gentleman's sweep, so I can't act like it was that close.
Yeah, McDaniels couldn't do nothing with them boys last night. McDaniels,
he only played 20 minutes.
They pull him out.
Yeah, I saw they kept pulling. They pulled him because in the first quarter, man, he was on Luka most of the time. Bro, Luka was cooking him, man. Yeah. It was sad. I saw him walking over to the bench with his head down, and I knew right then and there, man. I'm like, man, the energy not there. They too hot. I did know. I'm like, okay, this is a run. Minnesota will make a run, and they did. They started to make a run. They closed it down to like 8 or 9, like 7 at one point. And then all of a sudden, Luka just got the ball, and he just had control of the flow of the game the whole time, man. And every time, even when the Wolves thought they was coming back, he just slowed down. I mean, he was shooting logo threes in the first quarter, man. He was doing the Caitlin Clark against the girl Angel Reese and them. He was doing that, bro. Just logo three in them boys, and them things was dropping. And I know it was demoralizing to the Wolves.
Yeah, and it was like, man, what could we do? He was shooting the threes from the logo.
Yeah,
there was nothing we could do about that.
Nah, there wasn't nothing you could do about that.
Who would expect him to shoot the three from the logo? Who's he? What can we do? We can't stop that. Last time he did that last game, he got the and one.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, the commentators like, oh my God, like, so we knew they had the best defenders on him, but everybody know you can't do a one-on-one with him. You have to double team him.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was crazy, but we all know this. And Luka, that's a bad mamma jamma, man.
Yeah, man. I gotta give him his props after last night, man. I haven't been the biggest fan of dude. I kind of think he's been a little bit overrated, but last night, I don't know, man. He looked. I don't think I've seen the Joker put up an offensive performance like that. Like Luka last night, that was next level. That was next level, bro.
With Kyrie on his side, man, them boys deadly, man.
Too much firepower, to be honest with you. I agree, and I think Kyrie got the same level of respect for Luka's offensive game that he has in his own, man. Because I saw Kyrie watching the game last night, and usually Kyrie is the show. But I saw him last night with Luka in that first quarter. He was just standing there watching that ball game, bro.
Yeah, man. They got an armory over there, man. They got an armory.
They do.
You all right? Cause you ain't hearing things now, is you?
I am. It don't sound good either.
For real.
What the hell? technical difficulty. Thought I was about to have an explosion in here, man.
What?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Sounded like gas, but we good, man. Maybe the wolves was coming to see me, man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Something was going on, man.
Something was happening.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. They took it to them boys last night, man. I got to get Kyrie his props, being back in the NBA Finals. That's a pretty good feat for a dude that had been through as much as he done been through. Yeah. It seemed like they was trying to get him out the NBA for a minute. And now to see dude kind of back on top, man. I don't know, it was kind of ironic, though. It's ironic to me that he didn't want to play with Bron. It didn't work out with KD. And this Hebrew Israelite dude go get with this white player. And it all work out.
Well, yeah, that's because, he wanted to play back with Bron, but they was like, "No, we gonna make sure you're not going to the Lakers."
Oh yeah, they made sure he didn't go to the Lakers.
You know what I'm saying? Like he had to take some growth. He had to take a few journeys of his own to see what Bron was actually enduring and what he was going through. You know what I'm saying? To why you shouldn't want this spotlight, or is you ready to handle this? What come with this?
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, and with the growth and whatever he went through with that growth spurt and time span, I think, man, he kind of realized, like I said, he grew with it with experience, and it kind of gave him a different perspective and put him back to where he should be at, and and gave him much more respect for Brian. Well,
but when he left Brian, what it was to me, Brian was just getting all of the 1A credit. It's Brian winning these championships. Kyrie thought that he was a 1A player. He went to Boston. He was the 1A player with Jason Tatum and a young Jaylen Brown, and it just didn't work out. The only thing that he learned was that you're a Robin. I am a Robin. I need a Batman. I got another Batman in Luka, and I better ride this until my career is over. That's what I feel like he learned.
Yeah, and I mean, and lesson learned. He most definitely pulled it out. You know what I'm saying? And,
he did.
And it's okay because now you know what I'm saying? Like you said, that was a lesson bought, man.
Bought lesson, yes, sir.
And you took a lot of.
And it took him a long time to get back here. A lot of years, man.
Yeah. And he took a hit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was doing something to his career because everybody was like, Luka shouldn't be playing in the league no more, and they were just saying all type of crazy stuff, and so for him to be back here and on top of that, with no LeBron on his side, he got different. He got two stories to tell, then. Two great stories to tell, then. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially after they beat Boston, and
if they beat Boston,
yeah. And then he was asked by Ernie. He said, Ernie asked him when he gave Luka the MVP trophy. They said, how you feel about going back to Boston? Are you ready? He said, yeah, I'm ready to go back to Boston. He said, Boston is the only thing standing between I and goal.
That's right. I saw that.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, so he ain't worried about what the Boston fans, that's going to give him the fuel to go cook up anyway. He going to shut them up.
Because they were saying F Kyrie after they won that game. Like, they waiting on Kyrie to come there so they control him. Yeah. You know that, right?
And he going to shut them up.
And he going to shut them up. But we'll see, man. Because that game is closely coming, man. But Luka and Kyrie with the 36 last night, do you think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can match that offensive production, man, night in and night out? And now keep this in mind. You saw that game that Luka and them just played 36 and 36, and literally the next score was 12 or 11, then a bunch of single digits. The Celtics don't have that problem, DB. It's Jason Tatum, it's Jaylen Brown, and then it's Derek White, it's Hauser, it's Kornet. They have a lot of scorers on that team. Guys that almost always end up in double digits. I don't know if just Luka and Kyrie can sustain. We'll be able to score enough to keep up with as much scoring as the Boston Celtics got. Keep in mind, number one team in the NBA from start to finish, bro. They was the number one team the whole way. So let's not disrespect the Celtics.
Now, here's the thing right here. They just have to tighten up on the defense a little more, play the guys a little closer, maybe force them to
Look at so he already going for the Mavs.
Yeah. Mavs is 6. You know what I'm saying? Force him to drive a little bit. You know, or you know what? You can force him to shoot the 3. Either way, because the thing about with Boston.
Now, what is it with you light-skinned niggas all liking the same? I'm tripping. Light-skinned brothers all liking the same type of teams, man. Y'all all be going for the same cats, and y'all all be going against me, man.
Look, it's the thing. It's just the thing of look, right? I see what be going on, and you know what I mean. I see the future, man.
Bro, you don't see no future, bro. What is you talking about?
I be knowing these things, man. And the thing with Boston, man, we know Boston is a high-scoring team, but Boston is not efficient enough. They're not as efficient as Dallas Mavericks when it comes to field goal and three-point percentages. They shoot too many threes.
So the one team in the playoffs that swept 2 teams is not efficient enough? They swept 2 teams.
They swept 2 teams without what? Without their stars.
I get it. But it ain't Boston's fault that your stars ain't available.
No, but what I'm saying is we know Boston ain't had no real heat. They ain't been in no real kitchen with no heat on.
That's what you feel like.
We know this. No Jimmy Butler, right? No Donovan Mitchell.
No Halliburton.
No Halliburton. And then who else didn't play for the Cap? Oh, and no Jared. No Jared.
Yeah, no Jared Allen either.
Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a
cake. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. But
you know what I'm saying?
But ain't nobody a cakewalk, bro, because it's the NBA. But I know what you're saying. The superstars, the intimidating players, the players who've been here in these playoffs who could get them the most problems. Yeah, most of the time they wasn't available for the Celtics.
And them clutch games, like, you know what I mean? Like, we seen them lose games. We seen them win games that was real close. Like, because they clutch players wasn't in. This is going to be a whole different story because you got 2 finishes. That's efficient enough, and it's more efficient than them 2 guys over there on the other side. It ain't going to take them as many shots.
Yeah,
it's going to take them.
But the Celtics got the youth. The Celtics have... They coming into the finals with the best, having been the best team in the NBA the whole time, and they have home court advantage. They just have a lot of advantages that the Mavericks don't, to me.
Yeah, I understand that, but Minnesota had the home court advantage with being the best defense in the league, number 1 defense in the league. They destroyed them.
They didn't destroy him. Yeah, they destroyed him in the last game.
You know what I mean? So
you say they destroyed them. You crazy?
Yeah. And we know Boston don't have that type of defense. You know what I mean? We know the production they can put out for offensively, but you got to stop us defensively. You got to, you know what I mean? Defense help win games. And I know that the defense is not going to be nowhere like Minnesota defense was.
You don't think so?
I don't.
Well, I'll say this. I think that their best defensive player is going to come into that series understanding that he has the most important role for them to actually advance and win the finals. I believe that Drew Holiday is going to come in there. And man, he's going to come in there ready to take on the challenge, bro, of guarding and taking out either Kyrie or Luka. And to me, Doncic individually is a better defender than all of the wing defenders that was on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like, he's a better individual defender than all of those boys. Not put together, but individually. And that's ultimately what it's going to boil down to. The Celtics going to need somebody to take either Luka or Kyrie out of the game. Not out of the game, because you ain't going to take them out. But you know what I'm saying. Just, they can't be having 36 and 36 in a night.
Yeah, and then the fact that we talking about a young team, right?
Mm-hmm.
We seen they just got to playing with some young runners, man. Ant-Man, 22, checking Kyrie. Ran him through the ringer, tongue hanging out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, to where they had to literally do something different where he ain't sticking him in the whole game. You know what I'm saying? So, Either way, you put Drew Holiday, he gonna cook. Drew Holiday, he a nice defender, but he gonna have some real deal problems. And if you put him on Luka, He cooked. He too small. He gonna shoot over him all day.
Yeah, I see that. But Drew has a way of getting up into the offensive player and being disruptive. Most of the guys Drew Holiday are guarding, they are taller than him. Because he's not a tall player at all. So most of the guys that he be guarding, when he's putting up his great defensive stats, they bigger players than him. And then you also got to keep in mind, going into the game, by the time Kyrie or Luka sees Drew Holiday, they know what they got in front of them. They know they got a person that takes defense serious. So they know they got a defender in front of them. It's just going to be a little bit different than going up against those defenders that were on the Timberwolves, to me. And then on top of that, Drew Holiday has behind him more firepower than the Timberwolves had on an individual scoring perspective with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I just think, and I know they got some nice firepower over there. But for us defensively, I don't think we really we ain't worried about them defensively. You know what I mean? I think defensively, we just went through the rough patch of defense that we could possibly go through. You know what I mean? And now it's just all about stopping y'all from scoring, and we know y'all some sloppy scorers. You know what I mean? So
yeah, they swept 2 teams in the NBA playoffs, but they sloppy scores. And I get the stars wasn't there, but it's still hard to sweep people, bro. It's hard to sweep people. The Mavericks didn't do it.
Yeah, but listen, they do what they did to the number 1 defense in the league. Boston would have never did that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They didn't have a chance to.
That's right.
They didn't have a chance to. Well, okay, we'll put it this way. The number 1 defense in the league lost to the Mavericks. So basically, what Boston is about to go up against is probably the number 1 offense in the league, which is the Mavericks, with the way that they scoring right now. So, I mean, let's see, man, because I don't think Lively and Gafford get off the way that they did against the Celtics. I think the Celtics a little bit more disciplined defensively. They don't have no defensive player of the years that feel like they got to block everybody's shots. So I think most of them guys going to stay home on those bigs. And it's going to come down to Kyrie and Luka trying to score 40 against the Celtics, because the Celtics don't need their 2 top players to put up 72 points every night. They have a third player that was an all-star this year. They got Derek White. They also got Hauser, and they got Cornette. They just have a much deeper squad, bro. And then don't act like Drew Holiday can't put up 20 to 25 points every once in a while, because he just did in the last series.
No, I agree with you on that. I understand what they can bring on, but they have to produce these games every night with that type of pressure. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't that. It's finna get real, because you ain't playing against the Pacers with no star, or you know what I mean? And they're
gonna be saying F Kyrie. You don't think that's gonna get to Kyrie in that Boston Garden them first 2? He got 4 games of that.
Look, he ain't ready. He gonna go shut him up. Cause guess what? He already knows that's old. That's old. I'm gonna block you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna listen to that.
Easier said than done, man. When you in that arena and all them, bro, it's easy to say that going into the game what you gonna do, but then you in that arena and you hear all of these fans and you get all of this energy directed towards you, bro. It's difficult not to think about that in the game at the same time. That's why they do it.
When he hit the 3, when they be like F Kyrie and hit the 3, hope we do this. Hope we start something. Say some more.
Give me more.
Give me more.
I wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying? Shut him up.
You hope he egg on the crowd. No, I wouldn't.
Shut him up.
Now that ain't shutting them up. That's just egging them on. If you're going to do that, they're going to do it more and more. Just because you hit a shot, they don't care. They're going to keep trying to help their team, because if you're doing all that, you letting them know you hear it and they're affecting you.
No. If I hit my 3s, you going to get bored with that. You going to get tired. You going to quit saying that. Or you going to get tired. You know what I'm saying? It ain't working.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
man. Kyrie about to go up against Jaylen Brown, though, man. He about to see Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum, Luka's got to see Jason Tatum. Bro, it's a dog fight, man. And I don't see why you so confident in the Mavs. I see why there's some optimism for the Mavericks, the way that they just beat the Timberwolves. That was a pretty good beating. But don't act like the Boston Celtics ain't rolled 2 teams in the playoffs, too. They rolling over cats, too. They like, we just as ready as y'all are. But we more rested. We've swept 2 teams.
True that. But I just think that I'm riding with them horses, man.
Okay. The only team really gave Boston any trouble in these playoffs have been the Cavaliers. They the only ones who done won a game over them. Ain't nobody else won a game over Boston yet. And you know what? I don't see, going into game 1, game 2, I see the Celtics holding home court. I see them holding down home court. The Mavericks, they pretty good at home too. They may hold it down, but I feel like the Celtics got the best chance of stealing one from on the other opponent's home court than the Mavericks do going into them first 2 games, especially after such a stressful series against the Timberwolves.
Man, that wasn't that stressful. That wasn't stressful. And you don't think they finna come out and with what's the name? For one, Kyrie, them, they know what they have to do. For one, they already filled up. It's too much disrespect over there in Boston. The thing is, we need to get over there, do Boston greasy. We need to get over there, do them greasy. It's already we already been disrespected. You disrespected one, you disrespect all. You know what I mean? So we gotta get over there and show them what it is. And
so you think Luka finna go in the garden talking that stuff, doing his thing?
Yeah, he finna go over there and he finna crank him up. Hey
man, I'm gonna be honest. I can't say nothing against that. I see Luka going into the Boston Garden doing his thing. I do, but like I said, it's a team effort, man. Boston got a much deeper roster when it come down to scoring than anybody else that Luka and them have played in this entire playoffs. I don't think that Boston has faced anything like the Mavericks so far on their side either. But the Mavericks ain't seen a Boston Celtics type team either. They ain't had no JB and a JT, 2 straight dogs on the other side of that ball they going up against yet. They just haven't.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Who they play? I forgot who they played before. They played Minnesota. Who they played?
The Mavericks had the Thunder. The Thunder, right? They beat the Thunder. Yeah.
Number 1 team in the West.
They did. Yeah, it went to 6 games. And Shea fouled PJ Brown on that 3-point play and hit the 3 free throws at the line, and they lose game 6, man. That could have easily went to 7. That series could have easily went to game 7 had it not been for that last mistake by SGA, and the Thunder could have easily pulled that series out at home to me. They could have. They just didn't, bro. They didn't.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they choked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Mavs have had more challenges this playoffs than the Celtics, man. We really haven't seen the Celtics in a challenging situation yet. But we're about to see it now, though. And I think they're going to respond. They've been the best team in the NBA all season, so I can't take nothing away from them. And TNT, the TNT crew, Charles, Kenny, Shaq, and Ernie. And you just said you just referenced Charles Barkley last night, letting you know that the Wolves was getting smoked, but not next year though. It looks like TNT is losing the rights to the NBA. Like the games won't be broadcast on TNT anymore. I believe NBC got the new contract from the NBA going into next year, and TNT is losing their rights. And Charles Barkley is on radio programs voicing his opinion about how he thought it was stupid for the TNT owner or boss to come out and say that they didn't need the NBA, which prompted all of the other networks to start bidding on the NBA games, and NBC ultimately winning the bid, and TNT possibly losing it next year, and also losing the program inside the NBA that's been running for like 17 years. How do you feel about inside the NBA possibly ending on TNT, man? Do you think we still need that programming, or do you think it's a new era and that there are other alternative ways to get your basketball entertainment?
There's a lot of other ways to get your basketball entertainment, but we know things in life change, and so it's gonna happen. Things evolve, changes happen, new shows come on different channels. You know what I mean? So I think, man, me personally, I'd rather keep it TNT. But, hey, you gotta roll with what's being, with how the ball going. You know what I mean? You gotta jump in the car and go to the same direction as traffic. So, I mean, do I like it? Nah. And I like the fact that it was real simple to go and get on TNT and log on TNT. So, so I don't care that it's changing it out, but it has to happen. And then I think the fact that is TNT making that much money, or do they not realize that keeping keeping the NBA on their side, you know what I mean? It's gonna bring them in revenue.
Now the thing is, the TNT has lost money on the NBA for the last like 10 years, I believe. They've been losing money on the NBA. The viewership is going down. That's what a lot of people believe prompted the TNT executive to say in a conversation publicly that TNT didn't necessarily need the NBA anymore. TNT just made a bid for college football. So college football is coming to TNT. College football is a much bigger sport than the NBA. It just is like twice as big. So I guess they're just moving into another monetary direction. And NBC's about to pick up NBA games again. So I'll say this. Once upon a time, Sunday Night Football used to be broadcast on ESPN for years. And then it moved to NBC. NBC got the rights to Sunday Night Football probably about like 5 or 6 years ago. And ain't nobody missed a beat. People still tune in to Sunday Night Football. They haven't missed their ratings. I think people will get used to where the new NBA games at. They were once upon a time played on NBC anyway. So for them to be on NBC and ABC, 2 network programs, that's actually a good thing because people won't have to have cable services to see the NBA games on Sundays anymore because they'll be on NBC and they'll be on ABC, which are both, you can get those with just an antenna on your TV.
So what's that, channel 30? And I like that too.
In St. Louis, it's channel 30 and it's channel 5 on NBC. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was some good. I think that's a good choice, man. I didn't think that was a bad thing. Just you just won't. We just gotten used to NBA being on TNT and we used to chucking them. That's all. But it's gonna be some changes, and I don't think they gotta go. They just gotta move their show to another network. That's what people are saying.
Yeah. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Inside the NBA. That's pretty much the only thing that I miss about it too. But that's all I got for today, DB. You got extra topics for me?
Yeah. So if this true, hopefully it sounds real good, but we know it ain't. I seen this picture of LeBron and Bronny going to Dallas with Kyrie and Luka. Oh my God!
I seen it too because you texted to me.
Crazy.
Bro, you know what that is? It's called a graphic. They can do that to anybody. They could put LeBron jersey in a graphic with an old St. Louis. What was the St. Louis basketball team? With an old St. Louis Hawks jersey, bro. But we know LeBron ain't going to play for the St. Louis Hawks because they don't exist no more.
All right.
This is just graphics, man. Anybody could do it. All of the best graphic designers can do that and give you that imagination of LeBron, Bronny, Kyrie, and Luka. Just too much, man, if you ask me.
That's overkill.
It is overkill.
Well, nobody win for the next 2 years, 3 years.
It ain't enough balls on the court for LeBron and Luka. Somebody would have to be the backup to the other person. They definitely wouldn't get on the court at the same time. That's why I told you when you sent it to me, I said no good, man.
Yeah,
that's no good.
Man, you know what? The fact that they both play a triple double, they both that's crazy. Like, so we know LeBron.
Yeah, I told him that yesterday that Bron was going to Phoenix. I think he should go to Phoenix.
I don't think it's not that in Phoenix for him. I mean,
KD is Bron. The whole thing that Bron just moving around to help his son become good in the NBA. KD is Bronny's favorite player. I think put it this way. I told you yesterday. I think Bronny has more to learn playing under KD and Book in Phoenix than he could learn playing under Austin Reeves and D'Lo in LA with LeBron.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. No, I do agree. And for the lessons, I think that's a good that's a good idea. You know what I mean? Had that 3-headed, but no one's smarter than LeBron, but you can't learn everything from LeBron. And then also
you ain't talking about Bronny, right? Because Bronny don't need LeBron on his team. He been raised by LeBron. He learned everything from LeBron already.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's other things I'm pretty sure that Luka, that KD and Yellow Mellow, could show him. You know what I'm saying? To kind of and the difference, in the game, the things they can show them before it's them like leaving and LeBron possibly getting a ring. I don't see them getting a ring because I don't think that team is well put together all the way. I think in order for them to get a ring, they're gonna need a nice big man with that, and I just think that they're not gonna be all the way put together for them to win a ring, but they have a nice run for that season.
You don't think Yusuf Nurkic is enough? Nurkic, LeBron. I mean, potentially, say, because obviously if LeBron came, they have to get rid of one of them contracts. We'll theoretically say it'll be Bradley Beal. So you say LeBron, KD, Bronny, and Book, and then Nurkic. Bro, that's a bomb starting lineup because LeBron and KD, either one of them could be power forward, the small forward, or it could just be interchangeable, in real time on the court. That's a dangerous squad other than the fact that Bron and KD old. You got to kind of worry about them running out of gas later in the season.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You put young LeBron on a team like that, you got you something going on.
Right.
But with that LeBron and that KD, they ain't young no more, man. And the fact that you can't spread the flow with Nurkic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
he don't shoot well enough.
And now we got the same problem we just had back in LA. We only got one big man.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna get tired. You know what I'm saying? So we still kind of fell into the same situation. You know what I mean? Similar as if.
Well, they getting Vando back. They talking about trading him because he can't stay healthy. I mean, who would want? I wouldn't want Vando on my team after this year, man. I mean, 2 years in a row, he haven't been healthy for the Lakers when it mattered the most. So Vando definitely a serviceable, like, goodbye. I'll take Nurkic. I'll trade Vando for Nurkic because Nurkic is at least more healthy throughout the season than Vando.
Yeah, and like you said, availability is better than no ability.
Availability is your best ability. If you ain't available, then it don't matter how good you are to the team. You ain't playing.
That's what I'm saying. And for Vando to not be out there and no at all, that it didn't do us no good. So yeah, I think they should get rid of him. But I'm interested to see what kind of changes and what go on and who go where. You know what I mean? Because we still got we still got like I said, players with free agency, and then that's opt out, and then you still got trade deadline.
Yeah,
you know
for sure.
I mean? So
yeah, but they're only working with so much money on that roster, bro. You gotta understand. I doubt LeBron will ever play for a minimum salary. Now, if LeBron went down there for the league minimum on some $2.5 million, it'd be great because he could opt out and just take a minimum salary if that's what he wanted to do. LeBron said after he left Miami, he ain't never going to do that again. And I believe him. I don't think he'll ever play for a minimum. You got to pay him what he worth because he bring too much to your franchise.
Right. No, I agree with that. I don't think he's going to do it either, but I don't think he's going to stay with the Lakers. I think he juiced the Lakers for what I think the Lakers are. I think the Lakers are juiced. All the resources are used. They have no draft picks, no nothing. Salary cap.
Yeah, bro, but they only got a bubble championship out of it, man. So do you think the LeBron investment was worth it?
Listen, what you mean? You can't put. Yeah, you can't. You got a chip. Ain't no such thing as no bubble championship. A championship is a championship, right?
I agree with you, but that's all that they got. You just told me they juiced, they drained, and Bron should get up out of there. Was it worth it, bro? Was it worth juicing and draining your franchise for as long as they juiced and drained for that championship, bro, that people barely even give you props for?
I mean, yeah, because the thing about it is, it's still in the books. And the fact that you wouldn't do what you wouldn't do, you wouldn't got Westbrook, and you gave up this and you gave up that.
LeBron co-signed Westbrook, bro. Stop it. Ain't nobody. Man, you don't. LeBron is at fault for a lot of this stuff that happens around his teams because a lot of these trades and players put on these teams, they're not put there without the blessing of LeBron, bro.
Yeah, but the fact that it was a great idea and the thoughts was great and the players just didn't come and ain't perform, you can't blame LeBron for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can.
Like I gave you, I asked you, good players. Like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of came with you with a great idea for a big name, Westbrook. You know what I mean? Like a Carmelo Anthony.
For as fragile as AD's been since he been there, how did AD get there? Because LeBron wanted him. They gave up a lot of their franchise pieces, good pieces, like Brandon Ingram, to get AD. And Brandon Ingram been down in New Orleans balling to this day. You know what I mean? So, man, LeBron is just as at fault for where the Lakers are as a franchise as the Lakers are. I think if he leave the Lakers, man, he kind of come off as a traitor to me, abandoning them. This ain't no Cleveland Cavaliers situation where the owner in Cleveland wasn't trying to put the pieces around him early in his career. The Lakers been doing this since he got there.
No, they have, but let's be honest. At the end of the day, this is business, man.
It's business.
Because guess what? When they can't use LeBron no more, they're gonna set him to the side.
For sure.
So you know what I'm saying? This just the thing that go hand in hand, man, with the game, with the upside and the downside of the business.
I feel you. Well, we'll see how that go, my dude. We'll see how that go.
You are listening to the all-new Grindtime Sports Talk in the Mornings with Baldhead and DB. Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network.
Grindtime. Check us out Monday through Friday. I'm Baldhead. This DB. We signing off for today, y'all. Peace.
You are listening to the all-new Grindtime Sports Talk in the Mornings with Baldhead and DB. Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network.